Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on July the 23rd, 2020. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. So in terms of the data here, not a whole lot today. Coming up here, we do have business confidence numbers from Australia. And then tomorrow, again, not a ton of data. The summer months tend to be a little bit on the lighter side here. So tomorrow we have consumer climate numbers. We have unemployment claims from the US. At this point, we're expecting an increase in the job. So that should lower the number of claims. So if they come in as expected, we're not likely to see much of a movement in the US dollar. But if they come in better than expected, we're likely to see the stock market go up. And as a result of that, US dollar would drop. We also have manufacturing and services PMI numbers here from Australia. So let's go on to the charts here. So we'll start off by taking a look at our euro dollar here. So as usual, and we see that yesterday we were looking for price to go up, and it did go up, and we are into 1.1600. This is a level that we haven't seen in quite some time. So at this point, we are higher than where market was when COVID first started. So we're back into the support resistance level. So do watch out for that. So this is a strong support resistance level that price is at right now. Now, keep in mind, this is still looking bullish, so we may see price go up further. So bias here is bullish. I would just be a little cautious though, because we may start see things pulling back at this point, because we have seen such a big move to the upside here for last few weeks. So bullish bias for now, potential pullback into 1.1540, and then a further move back up into 1.1600. So bias here is bullish for euro dollar. So 1.1600 is the first target, and then we're looking at 1.1620. And next one here, looking at pound dollar. For our British pound, we see that price has actually, it's holding above our previous range. So price had been trading in this range for quite some time. It got out of the range, and it did do a bit of a pullback, and it retested the bottom of the range, and then it has held above. So now we have an interesting candle close. Price is into resistance, but as we can see here, today's candle close is bullish. We have we have a rejection from the bottom. So now we may see a bit of a drop here. And if price holds above this previous range level, then we're likely to see a further move to the upside. So for the time being here, first I'm looking for a pullback. And as long as it holds above, looking for that further move to the upside. In this case, the first target would be 1.2770, which is our high from yesterday. And then once it goes through that, we are looking at 1.2880. So bullish bias here for pound dollar as well. Aussie dollar here, this is interesting. We did see price go up, but then we have a pin in the top here. And as we can see here, price has been going up for a while. So we just have to be cautious with this one. Now, I will look for a pullback into the low of today, which is 0.7100. And if price holds above that, then I'm looking for a further move to the upside from there. So bias is bullish with caution though, because if it breaks through the support, then we're looking for a move back potentially towards the bottom of this candle, which is 0.7010. So for now, bias is neutral to bullish, just with caution here. New Zealand dollar here, this one is looking bullish as well, but we see that price has pulled away from the highs right now. So in this case, I will look for a bit of a pullback, and then if it holds above, we're looking for that further move to the upside. So bias is still bullish here, again with caution, because if it breaks through today's high, then we're looking for price to go back into the top of this range here. So in that case, we could see a pullback all the way potentially into 0.6580. So neutral to bullish bias here for New Zealand dollar. Dollar CAD here, this is looking bearish, and in this case, next target is a 1.3350. So bearish bias here for dollar CAD. All right, let's take a look at our commodities now. A huge move up in silver. We are into the second target here, which was 23 from yesterday. So a big bullish move here. Now, bias is still bullish, but keep in mind here, we are coming into some important support resistance levels. So we have to go to the weekly chart here. So as we can see, price is into resistance. So be mindful of that. Next target is 24. So bias is still bullish, but I would be careful. This is a huge weekly move. So just like this one here, that's a huge one, and we could see a reversal. So last time we saw a move like this, things did turn around. So watch out for that. I would be cautious here, but for now, bullish bias. The question would be, can it hold above 23? So if it doesn't go through 23, if it holds below 23, that's quite an inefficient move that could get filled. But overall bias still remains to the upside. So bias is bullish, I would say. Next target is 24. Just be cautious though. And then gold here, gold has gone through the roof, and today's candle close is super bullish again, and bias is still bullish. I will look for a potential pullback into 1860, and if it holds above, we're looking for another move to the upside. So for now, bias is bullish. Just be cautious. Again, we are into these resistance levels that we haven't seen in quite some time. So this is where we were in February of 2010. And here we are again. So be careful here, because now we are into these higher resistance levels, and this is where we haven't seen a real pullback here, or a real, I should say, a bearish candle here in quite some time. And now that it's taking off like this, this may present an opportunity for things to turn around. Again, it's not imminent, but I would start being a little bit cautious of the move higher. For now though, bias is bullish, and in this case, what we're looking for is a pullback potentially into 1860, and then if it holds above, then the next target here is 1880. Oil here, oil trying to make its way higher. However, it hasn't really made much of a progress. It is basically trying really hard to go higher. It's still holding on to that bullish uptrend, but doesn't really have much momentum here. So bias is still bullish to neutral. It's right into the high of that range that it's been trading in. So if you take a look at the range, this is where it's been trading in for the last 2 months here. And if it doesn't break through 42, if it holds below 42, I'm looking for a drop back down. And in that case, 40.00 will be the target. So bias here is neutral for oil. Copper here, as we had talked about yesterday, price ran into resistance here. Now we have a double top here, so I'm looking for a drop. This is trading in a range at the moment, so looking for a move back down towards the bottom of the range here. So bias is bearish. 2.84 is the first target, and then 2.80 is the second target for copper. Bitcoin here, this one's looking bullish, and we are very close to the resistance, so be mindful of that. We're pretty much into the resistance, so just watch out for that. So bias is bullish. Next target here is 97.70. So bullish bias here for Bitcoin. Okay, the stock market now. All right, so last 2 days, price is not broken through the resistance level, and that may be concerning. So if price doesn't go through, then we are likely to see a drop here. So this is very important. This is into important support resistance level. We haven't been here in quite some time. Price hasn't broken through the high or through this resistance level at 32.75 2 days in a row. So if it fails to break, we are essentially looking for a drop. Now, especially after this whole move higher, we could see that drop, and overall really the move that we have had has just been a one-way street all the way up. Now it doesn't look like it's quite ready to turn yet, so we'll have to wait, but for now 32.75 is the level to watch out for. If it holds below, then I'm looking for a move back towards 32.20. So neutral bias here for S&P 500. Nasdaq here. Nasdaq is looking quite neutral here, and we see that price hasn't been able to break through the support, but it hasn't made much of a move higher either. So just like S&P 500, this is looking neutral as well. And I just wanted to point something out here. So one of the articles that I was reading in Bloomberg here basically said that this is that they're seeing a lot of executives, the insiders in the large companies that are getting a lot of money, that are making a lot of money right now during the pandemic. They were buyers back when the market was down here in March, but now they're actually selling. So, excuse me. If the selling continues, which means we're likely to see a drop. So keep an eye on that. Should it drop, then we're looking for move back towards 10,550. Today, the bias is neutral. This is not really in the selling mode yet. It's just sideways at the moment. So I'm just looking for price to move towards the bottom of the range. So this one has also traded in the range over the last few days here. And once we see a hold below this level, then we're looking for a move lower. However, if just like today, if it keeps holding, then this one could move higher. For now, though, I'm looking for a move back towards the support here. So neutral bias here, neutral to slightly bearish bias here for Nasdaq. Dow Jones here, this one has actually gone up, but keep in mind it hasn't broken through the resistance of today. It is a bullish candle close. I would watch out for today's high. If it doesn't break, then it can turn, but it is looking bullish for the time being. 27,200 is the next target, and then 27,550 will be the next target here. So bullish, excuse me, a bullish bias here for Dow Jones. DAX here. DAX hasn't really done a whole lot. We did see that move higher and then a drop from there. Today's candle close is completely neutral. So if price holds below today's high, which was at 13,185, if it holds below that, I am looking for a drop back down towards 13,000. So neutral to slightly bearish bias here for DAX. FTSE here, this one did drop a bit, so bias is bearish. Next target is 61.35, which is back into the support resistance level. So bearish bias for FTSE. And then Nikkei here, Nikkei has been trading in a very, very tight range here over the last few days. It hasn't made much progress in either direction. So right now we are seeing some selling here. So if we see a drop through 22,580, then chances are we're likely to see a further move lower back towards this bottom of this range. So this is the range it's been trading in. In that case, I will look for a move towards 22,000. So in this case, the first, so bias is bearish, 22,580 is the first target. And should it go through that, then the second target here would be 22,300. So bearish bias for Nikkei. So that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.